Interesting.
including the moving the doomsday clock to now like 100 seconds from midnight.
Oh, shoot. I know, right? There's so many threats. I know you mentioned nuclear before, and there's something going on with China now. How like we're starting to Afghanistan's over. Now we're looking at China. Like, what? How do you feel about? Do you know what? Like, it goes back to that nuclear treaty stuff. So, any thoughts on that?
Oh, the U.S. has to have a boogeyman somewhere, doesn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh, we got to be at war with someone, so let's have a cold war with China. Are
Mm.
you flipping insane?
Oh, interesting. Cold War with China. I like that. That's
Well,
thought
it's just like we
provoking.
had one with the Soviet Union, but the Biden administration has basically admitted as such. So it's like, okay, the money we were wasting in Afghanistan, we'll just now waste in being provocative against China. How about we just take that money and use it here at home? Hello.
Oh my God, Jim. So yeah, this
And
is the
this is
aftermath.
oh,
Go
this
ahead.
is driving me nuts with this reconciliation crap. Okay, they already negotiated down from 6 to 3.5 trillion. Munchkin is going no.
Yeah,
Cinema
him.
is like not telling us anything. And but what pisses me off with the media is 3.5 trillion. Oh, they don't tell you that it's over 10 years.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
$350 billion a year, which is less than the 800 billion per year that was spending on the military.
Thought
So
provoking.
AOC actually said, well, let's just do a 4-year package. Just hit it hard first 4 years with a whole bunch of stuff. And then magically it will look like the price tag is so much less,
And what is they're just not
especially
saying.
if they don't pass these bills, or if they pass basically watered down worthless pieces of shit legislation.
Yeah.
And then the people too stupid to analyze, so they're going to say, well, the Dems can't do shit, we'll put the Republicans back in, even though the Republicans are obstructionists and this and the other thing. I mean, look
I
what Mitch
know.
McConnell is doing about the debt ceiling.
Like nothing. He's blocking it.
When there's a Republican in the White House, oh sure, increase the debt ceiling. When a Democrat's in there, oh my God, the debt. A typical play by the Republican. They spend like drunken sailors when they're in power, and when they're out of power, all of a sudden it's our children and grandchildren's future. We have to be concerned about the deficit. Oh, the spending is just so horrible. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They go on to this all this stupidity, and and people
They,
don't even see through the hypocrisy.
I know, they forget. They forget that like Bush crashed the economy too. Like we don't remember.
Well, we have the memory of a goldfish, which
Oh
is
yeah,
about 3 seconds. Hold that.
or like the people that are like the swing voters, I guess, right? They like don't really understand what's going on, and like you say, they like, oh, I like how this person looks versus like what they actually. They're easily swayed, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there's two
Yeah,
opposite ends, but
it's so frustrating that people can't see through this. But there was an interesting thing. I don't know if you've been reading the Hartman reports of lately.
some of them, I'm trying to give
But
up.
he actually posits the notion that the whole idea of the debt ceiling, or especially not raising the debt ceiling, violates the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
Interesting. How
It
so?
was extremely interesting because now, granted, when the 14th Amendment was passed, which is right after the Civil War, there was no debt ceiling. That didn't come into play until the Wilson administration. And but there's a statement in the 14th Amendment says that the U.S. shall recognize all its debt and take care of it.
Interesting.
So if you don't raise the debt ceiling, the U.S. government shuts down, defaults on a whole bunch of things, and even though the dollar is weakening and the U.S. empire is collapsing and China's ascendant, the dollar is still the world reserve currency. The Chinese yuan is not quite ready to take over yet. It will, but not right now. So if they default on this, it could set up a worldwide recession, if not worldwide depression. So they really want to play, you know, really play with the world's economy and people's lives just to score political points. I wouldn't put it past them.
So you said some pretty big things: worldwide recession and worldwide depression. I mean, that's it's bad. Remember we had the COVID like economy dip, but we're talking even worse. And
Yeah.
for something else though, we're playing with economy, but like not a virus. But yeah, this is another like hardship situation that we're leaning into.
As Richard Wolff says, he goes, "We are seeing end stage capitalism." He is
God,
convinced that we are in end stage capitalism.
okay. Wow, this is so interesting. Because I
And,
can see it, but go ahead.
yeah, no. When you listen to just seeing the change in his thinking over these past 6, 8 months or so has been astounding, because he basically was saying that, yeah, you go back to the beginning of the year, yeah, we had the crash and all this other stuff, and it was bad, and capitalism is a troubled system, this, that, and the other thing. Now he's basically saying, I'm seeing the acceleration of the end of capitalism taking place. What comes after, who knows? But he sees this whole thing kind of, house of cards is going to go, flatten itself out.
Wow, and it would be like it's fun to compare too about like the Great Depression, but that was like the 1930s, and you vision that, but then you have to like place that into now and figure, okay, what would a like 21st century crash look like? So like more homelessness probably, like people can't afford the rent. It's interesting. I mean, it's easier to look back in time, but it's hard to like understand what's happening now. So, but yeah, that is definitely, we're on the end stage capitalism and like more 21st century crashes. But it's like I just
We've already had three of them in this century.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It was like
the
oh
dot
08.
com,
Oh, dot com.
the mortgage, that was like in 2000, 2001. Then we had the 08, 09, and now the COVID one. But,
Oh,
and you're right
interesting.
about the homelessness, because without extending the moratorium, there are going to be massive eviction notices taking place.